Today, the discussion of these Western Conference trades that happened before the trade deadline. Well, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Phoenix Suns, and the Dallas Mavericks all made big trades. So, let's discuss these trades. Los Angeles Lakers, they went after Paul Gasol and basically didn't have to give a squat diddly-doo to get these guys. And pretty much the Lakers, they're on their way. And it looks like they may be able to make the NBA Finals if they are to stay focused. They did a clean sweep of the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the NBA playoffs. They look like the real deal team. Paul Gasol fits perfectly within that triangle offense. He's a great passer. He's a pretty good shooter from inside to about 17 feet. He can dunk, he can dominate, and he is a great center for the Los Angeles Lakers right now until Andrew Bynum comes back and he can shift actually to a power forward position, which is his natural position, but he's been playing center all of his career. So that trade's been working out so far, and I think that was the best trade out of all of them. The next trade, the Dallas Mavericks trading for Jason Kidd. Now, the Dallas Mavericks, they exited out of the playoffs in the first round last year. So this year they figured, well, we need to get some veteran leadership, and they brought in Jason Kidd. But what they do forget is that Jason Kidd is not as great on defense as he used to be. These younger point guards in Deron Williams, Chris Paul, these guys are very fast and they're very explosive. So after a while, they had to put Jason Terry on him, and Jason Terry on Chris Paul in the first round of the NBA playoffs. That's not going to work. You don't want Jason Terry guarding a tough guard all game long and also having to bring offense to the table. Jason Kidd was not utilized in the offense by Avery Johnson, and this trade did not work out. If you had Devin Harris is a great explosive point guard, and he is able to guard guys like Chris Paul, guys like Deron Williams, guys like Rafer Alston. Those guys are quick guards. And then giving up Desana Diop, that was a bad move also. Why? Because Tyson Chandler and David West dominated the whole series. If you had him, Desana Diop, you wouldn't have to worry about who's going to guard who. Eric Dampier is not the greatest defensive center ever, and you don't want Dirk Nowitzki guarding one of those forwards all game long within Chandler and West. So when it's all said and done, I think that was a bad trade. Jason Kidd is 35 years old now. Now you got to figure out what you want to do with him, because you owe him $21.2 million, Mark Cuban. I wish you a lot of luck in trying to get younger with that team, with that big salary cap that you have on your hands. So that Jason Kidd trade, you can't blame Jason Kidd for not contributing to the team the way he was supposed to, because he was trying to fit in all along, and he just didn't fit in within the pieces of the Dallas Mavericks team. So let's move on to this final trade. The Phoenix Suns grabbing Shaquille O'Neal. Phoenix Suns were a run-and-gun team. When Shaq got there, slowed down the offense. Phoenix, if anything, should have went and got an explosive center that likes to run. Giving up Shawn Marion was a tough move as it is, but then you go and get an old, beat-up Shaquille O'Neal. He magically got healthy off the Suns training staff, which is all great and all, which is all good and all, but guess what? When it got down to the NBA playoffs, and the San Antonio Spurs, with their experience and their championship caliber team, they shut down the Phoenix Suns on major plays and major situations coming down towards the end of games, well, when the games were close. And then Shaquille O'Neal, guess what? Foul trouble, and oh yeah, more foul trouble. Same thing with Amari Stoudemire. Foul trouble, and more foul trouble. Shaquille O'Neal at the end of games, is he dependable in the game? No, because you know what Greg Popovich was going to do? He was going to foul Shaq, and he was going to make Shaq shoot free throws. The Phoenix Suns, they have to get explosive. They have to get guys that want to play defense also, and guys that are going to be able to stay on the floor. Shaquille O'Neal, you're pretty much past your prime, and you're kind of heading into retirement mode now. So within these Western Conference trades, I think Paul Gasol was the best one. Jason Kidd was, I would say, maybe the second one, and then Shaq was the third. But at the end of the day, these Western Conference trades, two teams shouldn't have did them, and the Lakers made the great move. Well, that's my report on the Western Conference trades. I'm Jamel Crothers.